I have no idea how the music business works. You know, I talked to a guy and he was actually really bright. I mean, but I mentioned that because they said like, oh, he's got like an IQ of 160, 170 or something, like crazy smart guy, and he worked in the internet, you know, and like, you know, making up software and computers and stuff. And I said, do you think they're going to make up a computer, because they made something that can copy everything, do you think they'll make up something that can lock down everything? I said, because that would put it shut the door to Pandora's box, you know. That might happen. The business always changes, but one thing I think remains is people want to hear great music, and there are going to be people out there who are going to want to make music. I don't find that, to me, it makes much of a difference whether or not you know, how the business changed doesn't change really what I want to do. I go home and I still want to play my guitar and sing, and I still want to write songs, and I'm crazy for this. You know, like, it wouldn't matter if I made too much money or not. I've actually scared my drummer one time. I said, you know, if you know, the business, when it falls off, when we get, let's say we get older and nobody's coming, I said, we could get a van and we could go out and tour again, or we could get, like, you know, all the equipment and we could drive it in a car and stuff. And he's looking at me like, this guy's crazy. Like, he goes, yeah, I don't want to do that. And I just think, I love doing it. There's a great quote. Bob Wills. You remember Bob Wills in the Texas Playboys? He was, well, I indicted him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or inducted. And one of the things that I remember reading about him, and I made me love him, he said that when he had a band, a really good band, and he said, you know, he came to the band one day, he had a meeting, he goes, listen, I found this property, and we can all buy a lot next to each other. They're all adjacent. You could build your house there, and I'll build my house here, and the steel guitar player will live here, and the drummer will live right there. And they said, yeah. And he says, well, don't you see? He says, that way, when we retire, we could still get together and play music every day. And I go, I love Bob Wills for that, because I go, I get it, man. It's like, part of the big joy of it isn't, you know, it's not that you go how much money you make or how famous is. Go, I get to stand up there on that bandstand and listen to that music and play, you know, so that's the big plus.